Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy, Stevie Jobber.
And it's your boy Dangerous Duke.
And welcome back to the Dangerous Jobbers podcast, putting wrestling over one podcast at a time.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that was my best voice. All right, it is WrestleMania season. We are 1 week, less than a week, less than 3, 4 days. We're like 4 days out, man,
Yeah, we're a couple days out, man. It's getting here. It's getting here.
from the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania. And we're doing this video to give you guys our predictions.
Yeah,
Um, we'll be going down the card in order of importance.
kind of
Kind
important.
of, kind of. The first one I feel like is more important than it's too important to be first, but after that it's kind of order of importance.
Yeah.
Um, but we're giving you guys our predictions, and hopefully you guys will have a good time and you can get in the comments and tell us who your predictions are, who you agree with, who was wrong. I do want to say before we start, let's give them everywhere they can find us. Duke, you've been better at this than I have, so you should tell them where they can find us.
All right. Well, if you guys don't know where to find us by now, you sure are missing out. Unless you're new here, in which case, this is where we're about to tell you where you can find us. You can find us here on YouTube at the Dangerous Jobbers Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Dangerous Jobber and the Dangerous Jobbers Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Dangerous Jobber, Facebook. You can link up with us on the Dangerous Jobbers website.com. And then all the other podcasting platforms we got: Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Anchor. You might even be able to find us on MySpace if you look hard enough. But that's the places where you can find myself and Stevie Jobber talking all things wrestling and just all things dangerous and all things jobberish.
All things showers. I like that. All right, man. Well, let's get to it.
Yeah, man. So the first match that we have on the bracket is obviously a match that's pretty important to a lot of people. It's pretty important to us because, man, if you've been wrestling fans as long as we have, this has probably been long term storytelling. And that is Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, man. All right, we're Dominic Guerrero.
Dominic Guerrero. There you go.
Who knows what might happen after WrestleMania? I just wanna, before I give my prediction, I just wanna say to anybody that has been loyal enough to have watched us since our first and um to this date our only I Disagree podcast
Oh, God.
that watched it. So we're gonna do more. We have to do more because the people need it and they are so fun to do. But we have a version of the pod where we take a legendary rivalry and we sort of have a court case over who was really the bad guy, and who should really be charged as guilty, who's the bad person in this. And our very first one was Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero, in which I took the side of Eddie Guerrero. And for anybody that listened to that pod, D, I don't know if Fess was listening at the time. Anybody that was listening and took sides, I just want to let you guys know, um, maybe we should do a podcast revisited episode. But I was right. Like, before we give the prediction on who wins the match, kayfabe, I win. I win. I totally
No,
win. If you go back and you listen to the pod, I win.
no.
Would just like to say that kayfabe, I absolutely win, and Ray is a bad guy. I mean, just at the end of the day,
No,
kayfabe, Ray was a horrible friend and a horrible father,
no,
and that proves that I was right. I mean,
no.
I mean,
Well, all right.
Ray is just never doing what he's supposed to do for the people in his life.
Look,
I don't know what to tell you.
two
He's a
things.
spot hungry animal. I don't
Two
know.
things. One, you put me up against the wall because I didn't want to defend Ray either. And number two, I defended the hell out of Ray.
I just
I
remember a
I
lot
should
of
make a I
people.
make a good defense
I
attorney.
remember a lot of people coming out of this saying, "Man, I don't know.
I
He
won.
was convincing, but I still side with Ray. Oh, you did a great argument, but Duke was right. I'm right.
No,
Hey,
look,
Fabe, I'm right. Dominic Mysterio has gone on twice to say that Eddie should have been his real father because he would have been more of a father to him than Ray. Why is that? Why is that? Because Ray don't care about nobody but himself, man.
all right,
I
look.
said it then. I'll say it now. He's just not a good person, dude.
Here I
He's
here
not
I
a good
go.
person.
Here I go
He's
being
not a
the
good friend. Apparently, kayfabe, he's definitely not a good father. I mean,
look.
I mean, I mean, come
Here
on.
I go.
I mean, come
I'm about
on.
to defend him
Come on.
again. So the people said I was right, correct?
They sided with you
They sided
because
with me. Look,
they were nearsighted. They
all
couldn't
right,
see the big
but
picture
look,
that I was trying to present to
they
them
sided with me
until
at
Dom
that point in time.
himself. Okay,
Hey,
go
hey,
ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
We
Go
got a
ahead.
stat. We have a
Go
statute of
ahead.
limitations. We got a statute
Go
of
ahead.
limitations after this. All right, it's been a year. The statute of limitations is passed. We not bringing this back to trial again. I'll take my little victory, even though it was proven wrong
I
after the
will
fact.
the evidence after the trial would suggest that I've won.
Yes, after the trial, you are absolutely right. It suggests that you won, but once the trial ended, it ended with me as the victor, and then there's a statute of
Mm,
limitations. A year down the line, we can't discuss it no more. It stays there.
I'm gonna just say Dominic Mysterio would agree with me, and I feel like that's the win. That's the win.
It's the win after.
All right, but to get to the predictions, I diverged for a little bit. Digress for a little bit. Um, my pick is Dom. Ray's going into the hall. They've taken this as far as they can possibly take it. And if you've been watching, that man cannot say anything on the mic without getting one of the biggest pops in the building. Dom is fully established as one of the top heels in the company. Nobody boos anybody harder than they boo him. I mean, they might boo Roman that bad, but I don't think so. The boos when Dom comes out are deafening, let alone when he picks up a mic.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have fully established Dom as a heel, and I think the best thing they can do now is on Friday, um, have Ray put the mask on the line so that Dom can win at Mania and come out wearing the mask, saying he's gonna reinvent and put more respect on the Mysterio name his way, and we can deal with a Rey Mysterio that's a heel
Yeah.
for the first time ever at the height of heeldom. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Dom for the win, baby.
I defended Ray on the I disagree, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going back to beat the dead horse. I defended Ray. I defended him well. I advocated for him to the best of my ability.
Debbie.
I advocated for this man in victory. I advocated for him. I succeeded in my abilities, I believe. But with that being said, I gotta go with Dom.
Let's go, baby.
I can't defend the man a second time because it was too hard the first time. If we do a part two to that, I'm not defending him again.
There was so much evidence to suggest.
We might have to find him a public defender on that one, but I'm thinking yeah, it's right for Dom, and I agree. I said the same thing on Mr. Awesome's live last week about the mask being on the line in some capacity. Either
Mm.
it gets put on the line on Friday, or Dom just wins at Mania, and to add insult to injury, just rips the
Takes it
mask
off
off
of him.
Ray.
Ooh.
And then
And
that,
then he can wear it like AJ wore John Cena's armband for months. He can wear the mask around his neck.
well, no, what I said was whatever the next show is for him, be it Raw or SmackDown, come out with the mask in one hand and a chair in the other,
And
get in
cut
the
the Eddie
ring
promo.
and cut the Eddie promo, just talking to the mask. Don't even talk to the crowd, just talk to the mask.
And then he introduces his new personal manager. Ooh, Chavo.
I was gonna say Conan.
No, no,
Conan 2 tied to Ray.
no. But I could see Conan like coming out after the fact, like you embarrassed your father, and then Chavo and Dom beating down Conan for more heat,
Yeah,
for
right.
even more.
No, but yeah, I think we're both on the same page. Dom is the way to go here.
Yeah, man, definitely Dom for the win, baby.
All
Love you,
right.
Ray. Love you, Ray. But it's time to finish the story.
All right. So the next match we have, probably not one that's too important to a lot of people. It's the men's WrestleMania showcase match, and it's 4 tag teams. We have the Street Profits, uh, Alpha Academy,
Mhm.
Viking Machine, Viking Raiders, whatever they're called,
Right.
and Bald and Bearded, the team of Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
The bearded, balded bros.
Oh,
Um,
that's what it was. Bearded, balded bros. Um, do we are we agreeing on who this match is? Who's gonna win this match?
um, yeah. I think we both in agreement. It's probably gonna be Strowman and Ricochet, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're
It's probably gonna be Strowman and Ricochet.
I mean, the team that most needs it because they're probably gonna be the ones. They're probably the next best option to take the tag titles aside from
Street
Sammy and
Profits.
Kevin.
Oh, same man coming, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Strowman and Ricochet are gonna win because they need a Mania moment.
But I think it's gonna be defining for three out of these four teams. Um, I think the Viking Raiders will continue to sit at the mid card for a while until they're pulled. Um, but I think this elevates Ricochet and Braun into a legitimate tag team status.
Yes.
They can find a name, they can make a t-shirt, they can contend for titles. I think for Alpha Academy, this will be a good loss for them.
Mm-hmm.
It can be they can take the fall and it can lead to Otis joining Maximum Male Models because that's where this is headed. It can lead into that, and the loss can be a sign of like, look, you guys aren't as great together as you think. You're better over here with us. So I think that's good for them. And I think it's good for Street Profits because if Twitter has ever been legitimate for anything, which most times it hasn't, but if Twitter is ever gonna ever be legitimate for wrestling in any capacity, that MVP photo of what the new Hurt Business might look like, it would be good for them to lose at Mania and then decide there's a change that needs to be made,
Yeah,
and forming a faction with MVP would be part of that change. So I take Strowman and Ricochet to win.
I agree. Same here.
But I think it's good and be a good character development match. Like they can make three different tag teams like this.
Mm-hmm.
So good for them.
And then the next match we have is the women's WrestleMania Showcase tag match, and that consists of Shotzi and Natalia, Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez or Rodriguez, whatever her new name is now. Um, Shayna and Ronda, and then Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Okay, so take everything I said in that last match and don't apply any of it to this match. I think this is purely a vehicle to get Ronda and Shayna over.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
think they're making any other legitimate tag teams out of this. I think this is a way to get the girls that are active on the card on Mania.
mm-hmm,
But ultimately, because they don't have anything for Ronda and they want to push Ronda and Shayna eventually, this is
mm-hmm.
really just a vehicle to get them over.
I agree. I
They
feel
get
like
to roll
there's
through six other girls.
yeah, I was gonna say I feel like there's really no other option here aside from Ronda and Shayna to win. None of the other teams sound good.
No, no.
Liv and Raquel would probably be the closest thing to sounding good, but that's only because they're friends in real life and they're gonna have natural chemistry. Um, Shotzi and Natalia, two completely opposite sides of the spectrum.
Hey, Fall Guys.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Chelsea and Shayna, or Chelsea and Sonya. Where the hell did that come from?
I think they're gonna have a good showing, but ultimately,
Honestly, I could see Chelsea being the fall guy.
exactly. Like I could see them having a good showing because they're clearly the least
I could see
legitimate. They're the least
legitimate is the right word. The least
legitimate,
legitimate.
right? They're the least legitimate of the tag teams.
Yeah, because
And like
Natalia
if you rank
Natalia
them
can
all,
go.
at
Nat-
least somebody in all three of the other tag teams could be a world champion.
and somebody, one person in each of the other three teams was a women's world champion.
So
So I mean, yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure we both in agreement on that. It's Shayna and Ronda.
yeah. But good for Shayna, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see the Queen of Spades getting a pure spotlight, and then hopefully they'll run through damage control after this.
All right, so the next match is one I'm actually kind of interested in because I don't know where your mind's at on this, but it's the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match. Sheamus, McIntyre, and Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm curious to pick your brain on this one because I want to see if you fall where I'm falling.
Ouch is pretty
Yeah,
much
that's the title for this match. Ouch. It's an ouchie.
ouch, ouch, man, ow, pain, redness.
Three
But
meaty men slapping meat.
slapping meat, man, big meaty men slapping meat, bro.
This is a Vince McMahon match if there
Ooh,
ever was one.
yeah.
But this is a good Vince McMahon match if there ever was one.
Absolutely. If this was the only thing Hunter let him touch, so be it. Great job, Vince. This was a good one. This was a good pick. I don't know if he also let you do Omos and Brock. Can't say I support you on that one.
Yeah, that's why I said this was the
But
good
this
one.
one, ooh, ooh, ouch, ouch, athletically. You know what I'm saying? My pick is Gunther still.
Okay.
I love Sheamus. I would love to see Sheamus get more of a push, but let's be honest, man. Gunther has somehow been able to be Walter in Gunther form.
Yeah.
And
He's been like
at
if
the
Walter was a Pokemon and Walter evolved into Gunther.
that's basically what this was. He came in the main roster and evolved into
Yeah.
Gunther. And his homies evolved with him.
Well, one of them.
I love these freaking guys, man. I mean, Giovanni Vinci had evolved nothing but his name, but he was always impressive. He was never quite as impressive as everyone else, but he was impressive.
Yeah.
He just lacked charisma, which
Mm-hmm.
Ludwig has in spades. So
Yes.
it's fine. Um, you know, sometimes some guys, you know, clearly better than the other guy. There's always another
It
guy.
happens.
But the three of them are an amazing force. And I've been watching them do this for years, all the way since NXT UK. Because when Walter got there, they almost immediately formed Imperium.
Yeah.
So I've been watching these guys be at the top of their game for years. And when Gunther is on, I did. It's the reason he was UK champ for 800 something days
Yeah. When
because it
he's
just
on, there's few better.
there's just nobody stopping this guy. It becomes
Especially
impossible, you
especially at
know.
his size.
Exactly. Like it starts to become he's an attraction, really. Like I said it. I don't know if I've ever said it on the pod, but I've said it to Mrs. Jobber more than once. He's like a modern day fucking Andre.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a spectacle of a
Yeah.
human being. And when he's on, man, I don't watch matches to see him get beat. I watch matches
To
to see him beat the
see
other
the
guy.
destruction. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
Andre if Andre was a little bit more athletic.
yeah, exactly.
Which is
So,
saying something because he's not the most athletic man in the world by any stretch, but
but
he's Andre if Andre was a little bit more athletic.
absolutely. Um, and to see the man do a drop kick is
Exactly.
out of this world. So I don't see him losing to anybody ever. That's just how I viewed that's how
He
I viewed Walter. That's
he
how I
has
viewed Gunter.
he has the belt for as long as he wants the belt.
I mean, the man came here and became Intercontinental Champion for over 800 days in his very first title reign, and continued to just be amazing throughout. So I mean, he doesn't fail at
You
this
know
point.
what?
I've never seen Walter fail at anything. So, so I'm if he never, it's like Roman. It's like watching Roman. It's like, dude, if he never loses,
I'm okay with it.
he's the best thing going. Like, he's one of them. I don't
You
think they're taking the title off of Gunter until they're ready to put him in the main event picture.
yeah.
That's just it.
And you know what? I'm gonna agree with you. I don't have any gripes with that. Again, I would like to see more for Sheamus. Um, McIntyre.
He doesn't deserve it. I hate to
Look,
say that. I hate to
McIntyre
say it, but he doesn't deserve it, dude. Like, if
McIntyre
he,
doesn't, but you know what? I will say this about McIntyre. Before McIntyre hangs him up, before he's, moving on to another company, fired, cut, retires, whatever, I would like to see him get a title reign with fans in the building. I would.
Mhm.
Not a tag team title. I would like to see him get a title reign with fans in the building just for getting us through the COVID era.
No, he deserves that.
Yeah.
When I say he doesn't deserve it, I mean it in the sense that this year he hasn't produced enough work for me to be like,
Well, yeah.
he should become Intercontinental Champion to
But
top the
also
year off.
look at who's been
I
running
could
the ship.
see, but
Look who's been running the ship.
I could see Sheamus more than
Oh
I could
yeah.
see Drew, which is why I was like, Drew doesn't deserve it. Sheamus legitimately has been earning his keep every month.
Yeah.
He's produced a successful faction that did not seem like it was going to work at first, and
I feel like
it consistently reinvented himself and been one of the dudes that's had banger after banger for years.
Yeah.
So he, at the epitome of Triple H taking over, has reinvented himself again to become one of those guys. So I believe if anybody deserves to be Gunther, it's him.
Yeah.
But Drew doesn't deserve it. It felt like Drew came in at the end of the year and rode his coattails to a WrestleMania match,
It kind of
and
did.
I'm like, not for that.
Yeah. So we're
So
both
if Sheamus wins, no gripes. But
if
Gun-
McIntyre wins, it's like damn.
yeah, yeah, you didn't. I don't think you earned it. But Gunther for the win, definitely.
All right. Next match we have Hell in a Cell. Edge versus Finn Balor, which we
Ooh,
can now say is the demon Finn Balor.
this might be
Dude,
match of the night, man. This
dude,
might be
this is
match of the night, man.
this is the toughest pick right here.
Oh, if you don't think these guys are about to go in here and do some work, son,
This is I can't I,
Edge is like this generation's Undertaker as far as the pulling them out for every special occasion.
yeah.
Um, but for us, we know Edge go how Edge goes. So Finn, with the brain that he is, with the just, I mean, Finn is one of those ones.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those guys that's revolutionizing this generation of wrestling.
Oh yeah.
So Finn is gonna get in there and do something crazy.
Yeah.
And with a
Finn's got his hands in wrestling in more ways than we even realize.
and with the Edge's mind, dude, they're gonna go in there and make a spectacle.
Literally, Edge's mind and Finn's ability alone, that's gonna be a ridiculous match.
I'm very ready for this. I'm very ready. This is and I love Triple H for making Hell in a Cell special again. Like,
Because there hasn't been many.
I'm so sick of the gimmick pay-per-views because it takes the soul out of the match. The
Yep.
story doesn't, like, it becomes building the match, not building the story. And these Hell in a Cell and all these matches should be used as story.
Mm-hmm.
This is perfect. They're making it about the match, but they're making it about the end of the story
Mm-hmm.
coming to this match, which is why it's so important. And bringing the demon back to fight Edge and Mania, I gotta tell you, I don't believe Edge is gonna win, but I do believe it's gonna be an amazing match
You know
because
what?
we all know Edge is on his way out.
See, this is where I'm in a toss up, man. Because Edge has been getting his ass whooped this whole feud, but he's bringing out the demon. Demon don't lose.
Demon don't lose.
The demon's
Demon
lost
don't lose. And the only time he
once.
lost was like, what was it, against Brock or Roman? It was against
Roman,
Roman,
but it was Tribal Chief Roman.
and it was under Vince.
It was Tribal Chief Roman.
Triple H is in charge, bro.
Oh, actually, no, I
Demon
take that.
don't lose.
I stand corrected. On the main roster, he lost once. In NXT, he lost once.
Well, yeah, he lost to Joe, but he didn't lose to Joe as the Demon.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. Did
Yes,
he?
he did. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh
He
well.
lost to Joe as Demon.
I know we lost to Joe twice, and
Joe
one.
hit
So
Joe hit
one
him
of
with
those
that.
times was the Demon. Then one of
Yeah,
those times
because
was the
Joe hit
Demon.
him with that double muscle buster.
Oh my god, dude, the booking of Joe in NXT was such a.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it was muscle buster, and then
the
immediately
way
got
Joe
up,
was
and it
booked
was
in
another
NXT
muscle
was
buster.
Joe was.
That's
Oh my
back when he
goodness.
was allowed to do the muscle buster.
Oh my goodness, Joe was a monster in NXT. Okay, so Demon don't lose. Moral of the story.
Yeah,
So, if you lose, if you beat the Demon, you gotta be one of those ones.
yeah,
The way Samoa Joe was booked in NXT at that time, he was one of those ones. He was in
yeah.
the multiple
He
force.
was that dude.
He was unbeatable.
He was there strictly for Finn at one
If
point.
you beat Joe, you survived Joe. You didn't beat Joe.
Yeah, he was there strictly for Finn.
So Demon don't lose.
Yeah,
Demon don't lose, man.
and you know what? I think if I'm not mistaken, I said Edge on the Mr. Awesome Pod, but I think I'm gonna have to retrack it just because it's the Demon, and I'm gonna go Demon.
Demon don't lose, man.
I will say this though, if they do what I think they're doing for Edge's entrance, I'm gonna love it. But I'm still going Demon.
Do you think it's a reinvention or do you think it's going to be Brood?
It's gonna be Brood. They're saying Gangrel is gonna be there.
Gangrel out? You know
Yeah,
what? John Cena came back. I
yeah.
Gangrel could easily.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, what a good buck for Gangrel. I mean, his booking's gone up since Edge came back anyway, but good for Gangrel, man. That'd
All
be
right.
awesome.
So next match we have on the card, probably gonna be the shortest match of the night. Brock
Is
Lesnar
mhm.
versus Omos. Brock,
Brock.
Omos, doesn't matter.
It's Brock. It's gonna be
Like,
Brock.
doesn't matter. I'm just
It's
gonna
gonna be
say Brock.
Brock.
I
It's
don't
gonna be
really care.
Brock.
So it's
If
Brock.
Omos beat Brock at WrestleMania, let me tell you something. In the words of Cody Rhodes, you're not ready. You're you're not ready. You're not ready. You lose. In the words of John Cena, because now you got to go back on Monday and be the Omos that beat Brock Lesnar. And let's be honest, that's
You
not
ain't
gonna happen.
ready.
You ain't ready, son. You ain't ready. So Brock, easy.
Okay. Brock easy. I'm there with you too.
I hope they break something.
Define that.
Like a part of the ring, like
Okay,
break
okay,
something that
okay.
can be replaced. I don't want anybody getting injured, okay?
All right.
But
So
make it fun, man, because we all
give
know
us a
this is gonna be a stinker. This is gonna this is gonna be a stink.
like most girlfriends say to their boyfriends, just give me a good 5 minutes. Just do that. I just need 5 minutes. Give me a good 5 minutes at least.
All right,
Not gonna touch that one.
I'm letting the bus go by.
All
Letting the bus go by. I'm not getting on it.
right. So the next match we got, that's gonna be a good edit somewhere. Next match we got on the card, Damage Control versus Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch. Um, for me, I'm a little conflicted, and I'm conflicted for multiple reasons. One, I was kind of hoping that they would have made this a winner take all, like we were talking about. Like whoever wins gets the tag
Oh
titles.
yeah, the titles still aren't on the line, are they?
They're not. I was kind of hoping that would be the case, but it's not.
Hmm.
And then number two, it's at WrestleMania
Mm,
in Hollywood, a
mm,
place where you got to have your biggest and your brightest stars,
mm.
and you have three of the biggest stars of the last 25 years on one team versus another one of the biggest stars of the last 25 years and two up and I don't want to even call them up and comers and two flunkies, I guess. Flunkies ain't even a good word either. Two sidekicks.
Ow. All right, sidekicks.
So three of the biggest stars of the last 25 years versus one of the biggest stars of the last 25 years and two sidekicks.
Two underrated, amazing talents that do not get the respect and spotlight that they deserve.
So for me, it's like as crazy as this sounds, given all the star power in this match, I don't have a horse in the race. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with the champions just because I feel like they're gonna lose the titles soon anyway. I feel like
Yeah.
they only got the titles just to have them for Mania and have some more star power on the titles. So I'm gonna go with Trish, Lita, and Becky, unless there's a turn and Trish turns on Lita. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna go with Becky, Lita, and Trish for the win here because they're gonna lose the titles at the next pay-per-view, most likely.
Nope. All right. So hate to break it to you. This could go either a month or it could go. How many months away is SummerSlam?
Oh my god, this is gonna go to SummerSlam?
Wait, just tell me how many months SummerSlam is.
All right. April, May, June, July, August, 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
This could go 5 months.
Oh my
So
god.
this is what's gonna happen. Depending on how much time Lita signed on for, this could go a month or 5 months. Because damage control could lose. Now that the titles are not on the line, the champs are winning. The champs are absolutely winning.
Okay.
And then they gotta lose to Ronda and Shayna either at WrestleMania Backlash in Puerto Rico when it's hosted by Bad Bunny, or in Detroit at SummerSlam to Ronda and Shayna, so it can be a super match. But either way, they're losing it to Ronda and Shayna next
Yeah.
because Lita's
Oh,
gonna
I
have one
agree.
more time. If Lita didn't sign on past WrestleMania, they definitely would have lost. It would have been the
Yeah.
titles on the line, and they would have lost to WrestleMania. And it'd have been a good spotlight for the legends and a good look for the rookies.
Yeah.
But that got bad. Let me stay a little bit away. Um, but yeah, since the titles aren't on the line, they're winning, and Lita's sticking around for either 1 to 5 months. Depends on when they want to pull the trigger on Shayna and Ronda, but they're going to be the next ones to beat them.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind Puerto Rico.
I wouldn't mind Puerto Rico either. That's why I thought about it, because I was like, well, they could do it to SummerSlam naturally, but then I remember they're hosting Backlash in Puerto Rico, and it's hosted by Bad Bunny. So
Yeah,
that they're
and
gonna treat that like a SummerSlam.
yeah,
That's
and you
gonna
know
be
it's gonna
big
be
for them.
big. There's gonna need to be at least one title change that happens. And of all the titles that are up for grabs and what have you, that's the only title I could see changing hands at a pay-per-view like that.
Yeah, you got a pay-per-view hosted by Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico for the first time. That's that big. You need a super card, or you need some super matches.
Yeah.
And Ronda and Shayna versus Lita and Becky is a super match. So there you go.
Yeah. So the next match we got for the Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. And you know what? This feud for me, I don't know if I'm the only one. It's been kind of lackluster, I guess, at least for me. Like there's been moments where I'm like, okay, I'm into it. And then there's moments where I'm like, all right, I'm not into it. It's like a up and down kind of thing. Um, However, with that being said, I feel like this match is going to be a little bit better than people are anticipating because I don't really see a lot of excitement for it. I'm going to go Asuka. I think Bianca's had a hell of a run. She's been a decent enough champ, but she's been champ for a while. And girl, you deserve a break. Like, and that's really the only reason I'm picking Asuka. Like, you deserve a break. You did good. You did well. Take some time off. Heal yourself up a little bit. Spend some time with stepkids at home, and let Asuka go on a decent run with this New Japan character. So I'm going Asuka.
I'm going Bianca.
You're gonna go Bianca?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's she's on one of the greatest runs of her life.
okay. So this is our first disagreement.
And it's only because I thought the Oscar thing would feel bigger than it is. I mean, not feel bigger than it is.
Be
I
more
feel like
important,
I feel like people would hold it as a more important match than it is.
right? Like it,
And
it
for
hasn't felt like what it should feel like.
and I think it's just because Oscar hasn't talked. Like because they haven't taken the story anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
it's just all mist and laughing.
Yeah.
And they haven't actually done anything to develop the story. They're
Mm-hmm.
pushing the match. And because they're pushing the match, I feel like Bianca's gonna win. I feel like Oscar will definitely take it after Mania. But I think because they're pushing the match and not any actual story, Bianca's
Mm-hmm.
gonna win.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I think Bianca's gonna win.
All right. So we got our first disagreement. You heard it here first. Stevie's going with Bianca. I'm going with Oscar. All right. So then the next match we got on the card for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships.
Oh boy.
We got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, KO Mania and WrestleZania versus the ones, the brothers, the Usos. God, why do I gotta pick a winner in this match?
I don't
Um,
want to. I don't want to.
Me neither.
I
But
haven't got all the pieces.
right, but it must be done.
It must be done.
So we gotta pick here
Um, this is the thing. I won't even really know who I'm picking until
until like
Friday.
Friday.
Until the end of SmackDown, I have no idea who's winning either of those freaking matches. Um, but I'll tell you what, I feel see, this is the thing. I feel like it is probably gonna be Kevin and Sammy because Sammy didn't get the win at Backlash. I mean not Backlash, at Elimination Chamber. And he needs a win. For his story to come together the way it should, the bloodline has to go down. So they have to win, or the Usos have to win, but in some weird way still divide from Roman. So I'm going Kevin and Sammy. Just because I don't but I won't actually know until Friday. I won't actually know. But I'm gonna go Sammy and Kevin because they made shirts and the Usos have already proved they are definitively the best tag team ever. So
You know
what
what?
does a loss do?
I am very conflicted here because I'm looking at the promo picture, I'm like torn between two people.
And I heard that my main event night won.
I'm torn between Sammy and Jay. I don't know who to side with.
That's my problem. I will not know until the end of SmackDown
And you know what?
because
It's
Jay is not ugh, like they haven't given me enough evidence that Jay is not Bloodline.
you know what? I'm gonna hope that our original statement was true a few pods back on what could happen with this at Mania. I'm gonna hope it sticks true. And because I'm hoping it sticks true, I'm gonna go KO and Sammy
Mhm.
because there's still hope out there for Jay.
There is.
There's a way it can be done. There's hope. So I'm gonna pick new tag team champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And that pop will be crazy if they win.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
KO and Sammy.
Hollywood, man. It's Hollywood. Give the
It's a
underdog
it's
some
a
credit.
Hollywood story right there. That's what it is.
Come on.
All right. Next match we have for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We have the champion, Charlotte Flair, and the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, Rhea Bloody Ripley. Um, again, for some reason, for just some odd particular reason, I don't really care for the match. I don't know why. I don't know if it's Rhea's fault, if it's Charlotte's fault, if it's just the chemistry with the two of them ain't there like it is when they feud with other people. I'm not really invested in this match. So I don't really have a horse in the race. But we have to pick a winner. It has to be done. Just because she won the first one, I'm going to go Rhea Ripley. And she can get the victory here and they could tie it up at one apiece.
I'm invested, but I'm not invested. Again, I think we're getting too good at this stuff. So this is where I'm at. This is how much of a wrestling um this is how well I know the wrestling playbook. I know it so well it's starting to ruin things for me. And I think that's what it is for you too. I'm so much of a wrestling aficionado that I know the playbook and I can tell when again they're pushing the match or they're pushing the story. Charlotte comes back out of nowhere, wins the world title.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea Ripley, who's been on fire, wins the Royal Rumble, and they push the match. I mean, there's a story, kind of. They're kind of replaying it. They're doing a run it back,
Yeah.
which to me is not really a story. But I mean, I suppose if your rivalry was that legendary at the time, you can always do the run it back one. Um, so they're pushing the match. Charlotte's a seasonal talent at this point. I know what it is. I know I'm picking Rhea because she's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Too smart of a wrestling fan not to know that. She's been on fire all year, and Charlotte never sticks around all year. She sticks around for the big moments. So Charlotte will be here for Mania. They gave her the belt so she could be Charlotte Flair on fire heading into Mania, so that Rhea Ripley had a hill to climb because no one else is a hill for her to climb. So she'll climb this hill, she'll become champion, and then Charlotte will go away again. I'm too good at this.
You
I
know
just I
what?
know the play.
I think I just realized what's making it feel different for me. Because the first time they fought at Mania, it felt legit, like it felt real. It felt like it was a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great for Rhea. It was an NXT thing. It was a great to put everything. It was a moment. They had a whole story to tell. They had like a lot of things.
Who was the face and who was the heel the first time?
Charlotte was the face, I think. I mean, it was we were watching, and Rhea was the face to us because we were looking at it from the angle we were looking at it at.
And
But Rhea
Charlotte.
was a bad guy at the time.
No, yeah, like Rhea was like the anti-hero.
Yeah, Rhea was a bad guy that she even
Charlotte
came
was the
out and
heel.
liked Vegeta. But Charlotte was
Charlotte was heel Charlotte.
it depends on the angle you're looking at it.
She
Because
was
we
she
watch
she was she
because
was
we
Charlotte
watch
where
because we watch NXT, Rhea was a face.
well, not even that. Charlotte was in her my shit don't stink phase. I'm
Yeah.
better
But
than
Charlotte's
everybody.
always been in that.
Yeah, but now Charlotte's the face. Charlotte is full face.
Oh, well, yeah. I see what you're saying.
That's why.
It's established that Charlotte is a face now.
And Rhea's the heel.
Got it. Got it.
That's probably why it feels different to me. Because for me, Charlotte's naturally better as a heel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rhea can flip it both ways sometimes, but Rhea as the anti-hero was dope. Rhea as mommy is dope as hell. But
Yeah.
I think in this case, Rhea would have been better being the face. Charlotte would have been better as the heel. You can't do that
Well,
because of Judgment Day, but
see, here's the thing. Charlotte hasn't changed anything about her character.
no, she just jumps.
Charlotte
She
is
she
just
she just jumps people from like she'll just jump somebody and that's how she turns heel again, or she says something about a good person and that's how she becomes the heel again. She's not. It's like Seth. Seth don't got to necessarily do slimeball shit to be the heel again. You just got to say something wrong and you're the heel.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like their characters the first time are still their same characters. This time, it's just the angle is different. The angle we're seeing it from is different.
Yeah,
Because if you've
but
never watched NXT when they did it the first time,
I think
you
that's
would
just
be
the
rooting
difference
for
for me.
Charlotte. But we were watching Rhea in NXT at the time, so clearly Rhea was the face and Charlotte was the heel.
Mm-hmm.
And in this angle that we're watching it from now, Rhea's clearly the heel because she's been the heel the whole time.
Yeah.
So Charlotte naturally has to be the face. So it's more established now.
All right.
But yeah, we're
We're
both
both
going with
going
Rhea.
Rhea. Okay. Next match we have Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. I just want to say this is Logan's what third match in WWE, excluding the
Third or
Rumble.
fourth? No, he did Roman. He did Mania. He did what else did Logan do?
The Rumble.
He did the Rumble.
Yeah, who was he at Mania? He was Miz at Mania.
Hmm.
Wait, no, he was Miz tag team with Miz at Mania, right? Then he fought Miz. Did he fight Miz? Either way, it's like three or four.
Yeah, this is like his third or fourth match.
Either way, it's his third or fourth. To get a WrestleMania match against Seth Rollins, that speaks friggin' volumes. I feel like this could potentially steal the show strictly based off of both men's insane athletic ability. Logan's proven that he is willing to put in the work and train and actually commit to this. Granted, it's a part-time schedule, but for a guy who hasn't been on an indie wrestling scene and is basing everything strictly off of his athletic ability,
Hmm.
I'm giving him his props. He's working hard. He's doing his business. He's paying his dues. And I feel like he's paying his dues with some of the best that you could pay him with. You got Rey Mysterio that you went up against. You got Roman that you went up against and actually made the Saudi Arabia show entertaining. And then you got Seth now.
It's his
So,
fourth. Um, I just looked it up. It's his fourth.
okay.
Um, I agree with everything you said. I think it's going to be a great match. I think they're going to put it together. I think Seth will do a lot of the work, but Logan will do a lot of the spots.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as choreographing the match, it'll be a lot of Seth. But yeah, I think I love this feud because it's two people at the height of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
with their gimmicks, at the soul of who they are,
And it's not even so much gimmicks for Logan. It's just Logan being Logan.
Well, or Seth. Seth has worked his gimmick into a place where it's much less of a gimmick and it's much more Seth being Seth
Mm-hmm.
and him sharing his natural opinions and just rolling with whatever comes naturally. Um, so I love their characters right now, which makes the angle so good because it's just Seth's general perception or everyone's general perception as
Mm-hmm.
a wrestling fan, and Logan honestly digging into who Logan is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you love me or hate me. I'm good at this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at this, and I'm gonna do what I do and get the bag and consistently make you guys return to keep watching me, whether you're with me or against me, because I'm good at this, and you got to deal with it. That's who Logan is at the heart of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you're a Logan Paul fan, you're a Logan Paul fan because you're a fan of Logan Paul. If you're not a Logan Paul fan, you're gonna boo him, and that's gonna be enough.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go out there and they're gonna have an amazing match. So I do think if it's not Edge and Finn, they might be match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna tear it up.
All
But
right. So
definitely Seth. Definitely Seth. I'm taking Seth.
okay. All right. All right. I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
just to
So
get
with
to
that
that
being
point.
said,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So
I'm taking Seth.
we're both there then. All right. So the second to last match on the card, and so far we only have one that we disagreed on. The United States Championship match: John Cena versus Austin Theory. I have a strange feeling we're gonna disagree. So you know what? Go ahead. Let me know
I
what
think
you
it's gonna
think
be
of this
Austin
match.
Theory.
Perfect. We are disagreeing there. I'm going John.
But here's my thing. Um, I think it's gonna be Austin Theory because I'm rooting for Austin Theory, not because I believe Austin Theory can win.
Yeah.
I'm saying Austin Theory because I believe in Austin Theory and I want to see him be able to achieve this. But I will tell you, I don't believe he can win yet. I
No.
believe in him. I don't believe he can beat John Cena though. Only because it isn't all right. How do I put this? After you get smashed on a promo with John Cena, you got to pick up the ball and go.
Mm-hmm.
You got to turn it on. And I don't feel like he took it to another level. I actually think it looks like
He might
from
have
a
took a step
certain
back.
from a certain perspective that it knocked you down a peg.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm watching Monday Night Raw, and let me tell you, he cut a hell. This is what I'm saying. I believe in the kid, but I'm not sure I believe he can win. He cut an amazing promo if you were watching on Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Promo start to finish was great. What was not so impressive is that you did a promo in an empty arena.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get how you worked it into the promo. Like I don't need the people here. The reason I'm doing this so early is because it doesn't matter if the people are here. It doesn't matter if you're in front of me. Because I don't do this for the people. I do this for me. That's great. That all sounds great in promo.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what it looks like. It looks like you failed at your promo with John Cena. They booed you off the mic every week since. So you went to an empty arena so you could cut your promo with no distractions and nobody in your head because you can't handle it. That's what it looks like.
You know
You know,
what?
it sounds great, but what it looks like is you're scared and you don't believe it. So you're putting yourself in an empty arena to puff out your chest to nobody
Mm-hmm.
so that you can hype yourself up for a match you're not ready for. So it looks weak. Sounds great, looks weak. So I want to believe you. I believe in you because I know you can talk because the promo was great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe that you can win because it doesn't look like you're on the road to winning. It
Yeah.
looks like you're taking steps back. So it's like
So you're not picking him out of his ability. You're picking him out of hope.
out of hope, out of pure hope that he will be
Okay.
able to become whatever he needs to become at WrestleMania. They'll
All right.
tell him to some glimmer of hope that they'll be able to tell a story that puts him where he needs to be.
All right. So you know what? I'm looking at the match promo, the photo promo for that match.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of that old Will Smith movie, where he's hunting.
Gemini Man.
It looks like Gemini Man. It looks like John is looking at his younger self.
And that's even more so why I believe in Austin Theory.
So
Because I believe he is the prototype. He is everything the prototype was supposed to become. Which
yeah.
is why John Cena was the perfect person that for him to have that promo against, because you are the prototype. You are exactly what they wanted the prototype to be. Here's the problem. The only issue with the prototype is he had no freaking character. He didn't believe in himself. He didn't know what he was.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew what he was. He
It's
was a
like the
prototype.
prototype is trying to be Happy Corbin.
He was literally a prototype. He didn't become anything yet. We don't know
So
what you are.
I'm still sticking by my choice. I'm still taking John, but I'm taking John for a completely opposite reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in my booking bag when I make this pick. So John's gonna win at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
The next night, we're gonna do an open challenge. US Open Challenge. Same thing John Cena always does. And it's going to be somebody coming up from NXT that takes it. It's going to be one of three things. It's either going to be Braun Breaker or Carmelo Hayes, whichever one of the two loses at Stand and Deliver.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the one that comes up, answers
Okay.
the Open Challenge, beats John, becomes the US champion.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure either one of the two can get a mid card title, and boom, you guys are instantly the face. Your first feud, Austin Theory, whoever. So that's either going to be one of the options, or it's going to be somebody returning from injury, i.e., Tommaso Ciampa, um, Gargano, somebody Riddle, somebody returning from
AJ.
injury. AJ, like it's going to be somebody returning from injury that answers the Open Challenge and wins.
I would love
It's
for it to be AJ.
it's going to be the Dolph Ziggler thing, or not the Dolph Ziggler, the Zack Ryder thing all over again. So that's why I'm picking John. John's here, and it's Hollywood. Hollywood guy wins. Woohoo! I got the belt. Show out for WWE. I can go do the news conference the next day. I can go do Good Morning America with my US title, and then drop it to the next guy right away.
Mm.
So I'm going with John.
I could see it being Carmelo Hayes. I
You
could
know,
see
got
Carmelo Hayes winning,
yeah.
and because I could see that being worthwhile the story for Austin Theory in the
Mm-hmm.
long run. Because you got Carmelo Hayes, who's already the total package,
Mm-hmm.
totally believes in himself, has found a way to take that it factor and complete his character with it, while you are here pretending to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
He is he is it. He believes it. We believe it. He is the epitome of it. So now that'll elevate you to continue that John Cena story of making everyone else believe you, because this is the guy we believe.
Mm-hmm.
This is the guy that's the next big thing, that has it all in the ring, it all on the mic, and is believable. The
Yeah.
one thing you are not. So now he can be your greatest challenge. Somebody that figured it out while you're still wondering. You're the guy they picked. You can't get it together. Here's the guy they didn't pick coming in and taking over.
Mm-hmm.
He has what you wanted. He has what you had. And he's doing it better. Now you got to figure out what's wrong with you so you can get on his level. And it'll make Carmelo Hayes, because he can beat John Cena and be US champion.
Yeah. That we already know can happen.
Definitely.
All right. So second one we're in disagreement with. Now, the piece de resistance,
Mm.
the main event,
Mm.
the match that we've been waiting for since January. Ladies and gentlemen, for the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion of the World, Cody Rhodes versus the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. You know what? Me personally, I don't want it to happen. I'm really hoping that it doesn't because it's been going so well. But I love the storytelling that's been going on these last couple weeks with Cody and with Roman. They brought in the father, they brought in the families. They talked about how bloodlines will fall, kingdoms will come crashing down. And you know what? I think a bloodline's gonna fall. I'm taking Cody.
I am also taking Cody.
What?
Yeah.
Are we both leaving the island of relevancy?
It just looks like it's over, man. I don't looks like we made it.
All right, all right, all
I
right,
don't
all right.
know.
Hold on. How do you think
Listen,
it's over? Before I say how I think it's over, how do you think it's over?
I just think it dissolves, man. I think it's gonna be the
You think it?
Usos leaving.
Okay, so you think it's
I
gonna be?
think I think it's gonna be just the Usos. Like I think Solo's gonna stick around and he's gonna be the Batista to his Triple H and Ric Flair. And it'll
Mm-hmm.
be Roman running around with Solo and Paul for a while. Um until Solo ultimately leaves.
I was gonna say I could see like them trying to the Usos trying to like come out and help, and then Roman like pushes Jimmy or punches Jimmy to get him out the way or something, or hits him by accident, and then that's when Jay like super kicks the hell out of him.
It's gonna be the chair. It's gonna be the chair. Jay's gonna pull the trigger on him like he wanted to.
Yo, you think so?
I think so. But I don't. Here's the thing. I also don't know if it's gonna be. I know everyone's gonna fall. That's what I know for sure. I know the Usos are gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Solo's choice is. I feel like Solo's choice is gonna be to stay with Roman, but it might come down to a thing where it's a standoff and Roman's waiting for them to go, and the Usos don't move.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll be subtle. It won't be them. It'll either be Jay doing something with the chair, or it'll be the Usos just not doing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be time to move, and he'll look at them to move, and they'll be staring. Like the odds will be evened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be one of those things. It'll be like, all right, one of those capital moments where the Usos are supposed to come in now.
Mm-hmm.
They supposed to do work while the ref is down, or um, while the
In
odds
their
are up,
favor.
and they can come in and smash and cheat.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna come down to the ring, and they're gonna look, and they're gonna be like, "You got it, bro." We here for Kevin and Sammy, but that's all you. You got to
Mm-hmm.
handle that. And he'll be confused, telling them to move, and they won't move, and then it'll turn into a fight between Cody and Roman, and it'll be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it has to be. It has to be fair. If Cody's
Yeah.
gonna win, it has to be fair.
Oh yeah.
So I expect it to be a situation where if the tag team titles are indeed the closer to night one, depending on whether the Usos are going to lose, Jay and Jimmy will be done.
Yeah. I can
And
see it.
maybe I feel like maybe if they lose, then they'll come out the next night and like they're about to help Roman and just stay on the ramp and
Mm-hmm.
look and watch as he falls. or if they win, then it'll be the Jay with the chair thing.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm going Cody. It's
All right.
time. It's time. I mean, maybe they could do it so Roman holds it over 1,000 days, but I feel like it's time.
Yeah.
It's now or never, man. If it's not Cody right here, right now, then it's nobody. Like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And we're not waiting a whole nother year for The Rock.
No.
We're not doing it.
And
So
not even that, you don't need the title for The Rock.
you don't need the title for The Rock.
You can still make it a tribal chief island of relevancy thing with The Rock. That
Yeah,
storyline writes itself.
yeah, you can still make it The Rock. Ooh, and Rock, please don't come out and botch this match so that Cody wins because of
Oh, for the love
again.
of God.
Don't do what you did with the Miz and John Cena
Oh my God. I'm mad you just brought that up because now I think that's gonna
because
happen.
if the Usos stay out of it, because now I'm thinking about it. Is if the Usos stay out of it, right? Say the Usos win or lose, the Usos come out the next night and they're called to action and they stand still. Like Kevin and Sammy are there to fight for him, or everyone's down and it's time to take out Cody and they stall and they don't move. And Solo tries to move and The Rock comes out to help and The Rock evens it out again and Cody wins because of that.
Oh my God.
And then we got to take this thing all the way to WrestleMania next year. It'd be so cheap for Cody.
It
It'd be
would.
so cheap for
It'd
Cody.
be it,
Even if he didn't touch Roman,
dude.
even if he just rock bottom solo and made it even, it would no longer be about Cody winning.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If this
But
was
it's
any
Hollywood. So I
yeah, that's why I'm like, if this was anybody else but Cody with this storyline, I would be okay with it. But because it's Cody and this, like,
this is not the way.
If this was Seth, if this was AJ,
If it was anybody that's been to the mountaintop before,
yeah,
but his first time coming to the expense of a Rock and Roman feud would be horrible.
and
So I hope it wins it on his own.
there's like no way you can spin it to make it
It
even
now
still
becomes
be for
about Rock
Cody.
and Roman. Even if you never touch Roman, even if you only even it out with Solo,
Because look at
Cody
what
wins fair, but the story is no longer about Cody.
because look at Rock and Miz, and look at the Rock Cena Miz thing. Nobody remembers the Rock and Miz match or the Cena and Miz match. They
Mm-hmm.
remember Rock coming out and screwing Cena. They don't remember the match. They remember Rock coming out and screwing Cena. They don't remember
Yep.
Miz beating John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania.
He
The only
retained his
re-
moment.
the only reason we remember it is because he says it all the time. So I
So
mean, I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm still gonna go Cody.
yeah, I'm going Cody, hopefully by somewhat clean victory.
Damn, this is pretty good. We got a lot of the same picks. I think we're only indifferent on two.
Yeah, this is a crucial disagreement. If
Can you
we were
tell?
still
Can
putting
you
the
tell
belt
we've
up,
been? Yeah, can you tell we've been watching this for too long?
yeah, we just know the plays, man. There's too many plays, man. We know all the plays.
Here, you know what? Since we can't put a belt up anymore, let's make it interesting.
Mhm.
Let's put a figure up.
A figure?
Yeah.
What
Winner buys the
figure?
loser. Winner, I don't know, like the same thing as last time. Winner buys the
Okay.
loser a figure.
Okay. So we gotta all right. So we gotta what were our disagreements? It was
Cena
um
and Theory,
Cena Theory,
Oscar, Bianca.
Oscar Bianca.
So
Those are
that's
the
literally
only two.
those were the only two. So
Those
that's
are
what it comes
crucial
down
to
to.
matches, man. Crucial to matches.
Now they just became crucial for us.
Hmm.
And if we break even, we break even. Winner buys the winner a figure.
Yeah.
Only fair. At the end of the day, somebody gets a figure.
Yeah, man. All right. So I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, that is the WrestleMania rundown. So, guys, again, thank you for being here, checking out this video with us. Comment down below. Let us know what you guys agree with, what you guys don't agree with. Let us know some of the things you would like to see happen at this year's Mania. And then again, you guys know where you can find us. You can find us here on YouTube, the Dangerous Jobbers Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Dangerous Jobbers Podcast, and the Dangerous Jobber. You can find us on our website, thedangerousjobberswebsite.com. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and all of the podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, all that dope stuff. And we hope everybody has a great WrestleMania. Make sure you check us out over on Arcade Pop's channel, because I'll be going live with them one or both nights. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys stay up. Make sure you guys stay blessed. And as always, stay
Stay
dangerous.
dangerous.